Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election and the general election too. The United Kingdom, they have condemned the APC silence on Femi Fani-Kayode's hate speech against the Igbos in Nigeria, and they have also berated the All Progressive Congress for not calling Femi Fani-Kayode to order. And the things that the British government said is interesting, because some of the things the official of the British government said is something that those who are making those ethnic slurs ought to know and ought to be ashamed of themselves, to put it mildly. Now, the United Kingdom has deplored the APC inaction over the comments made by the former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, against the Igbo in Lagos, which reportedly triggered the violence that characterized the March 18 governorship and state assembly polls. Based on the statement of the country's envoy to Nigeria, UK may impose visa sanction on Femi Fani-Kayode for alleged inciting comments against the Igbo ethnic group for his misdeeds. The British Deputy High Commissioner in Lagos, Ben Llewellyn Jones, in an interview with Nigeria Info, faulted Fani-Kayode for his negative utterances against the Igbo race because of their choice in a multi-party democracy. The former aviation minister and a member of the ruling APC reportedly joined the call to stop Igbo from taking over land, which later manifested in violence and ethnic slur against the Igbo in Lagos. Now, Jones said, yes, let us be specific. There were some people like Femi Fani-Kayode. What is he saying and why is he saying it? I don't understand it. It is wrong from my perspective. It is wrong from my perspective that he will speak on behalf of a party, and that party does not distance itself from him and say, stop doing that. It is wrong to say that. I have said it before on this show that if you live in London, you are a Londoner. A British Pakistan is a Londoner. The British Prime Minister lives in London. He's a Londoner. My boss, the British Foreign Secretary, is clearly British Sierra Leonean. He lives in London. They are Londoners. So why is it that people who pay taxes, who work, who provide teachers, who build businesses, who create jobs, who live in Lagos, who happen to be from different ethnicity to some other people, are not Lagosians? Of course, they are. The strength of Lagos is its diversity. And if Lagos can be like that kind of cosmopolitan melting pot of culture and language and all the things it should be, then really, how is Lagos going to succeed? How is Lagos going to succeed if we cannot be accommodating of diversity? That's what the ambassador is saying. I think the right question to people who have been driving these ethnic kind of languages would be, when you go to cities around the world like London, who do you see when you see the successes of these places? Because the success of those places are not built upon division, but upon unity. I think there are people who are still using that kind of language and should stop. And the party they represent should be saying to them, stop now. This is not in our name, and you are wrong. The envoy called on the APC to take a firm position on the matter and take proper action against this behavior. To me, it is really important. People who said, I am part of the party's press and media campaign, well, the party itself should say, no, you are not. And you should stop. And we do not agree. I know that some leaders may clearly say we are about unity, and that is good. I encourage that. I encourage that. The problem is if you get the other people over here who are very clearly associated with the party and give you another message, and there isn't any kind of calling out of that, what will you take from that as a voter? Certainly, the people who were chanting anti-Igbo messages on Saturday, they certainly took something from what they read and what they saw and what they heard, and that is wrong. So to me, I'm not being an idealist about this. I recognize that people have different views on these things, but it is about the incitement, the kind of ethnic incitement, and that needs to stop. On the visa ban threats, which the UK government issued against electoral offenders, Jones said, we have a list. We are working through our list, but we don't publish those names. I know people say we should, but we have laws, and the law prevents us from doing that. Now, this is the British Deputy Envoy making the position of the British government clear on the ethnic slurs and ethnic discrimination, bullying, intimidation that characterized the election in Lagos. And this envoy, Jones, has really called out the All Progressive Congress, the APC, because the APC kept quiet. The leader of the APC, President Muhammadu Buhari, pretended that he didn't know about all these things that was happening. Of course, he normally claims he don't know anything. He's not aware. But as the leader of the party, he is responsible for the actions of his party stalwarts, especially those they appointed into the Presidential Campaign Council, for which even Muhammadu Buhari is the chairman. They didn't call Fani-Kayode to order. They failed to call Fani-Kayode to order. Bola Tinubu, who is the presidential candidate of the APC, failed to call them to order. Until now that the envoy of the British government called them out, I'm sure very soon now you see their reaction. They pretended as if they were not aware. And like the British envoy said, the issue was open. It was on television. It was everywhere. It was on videos, online, viral videos everywhere. So they cannot pretend they were not aware of it. Yet they could not call Fani-Kayode out. They could not reprimand him. They could not say, you are not speaking for us. We are not Igbo hating, like Fani-Kayode is portraying. And sadly, APC also have large numbers of supporters and leaders who are of Igbo origin. And that is the way APC, because Fani-Kayode was perhaps speaking the mind of the APC. Since they did not condemn him, that is the mind of the APC, that the Igbos should be treated like that in a country that they own together with the rest of the ethnic groups in Nigeria. Because if it were not so, why did they fail to call Fani-Kayode out? Why did they fail to call out Bayo Nanuga, one of the spokespersons of the as for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council or the APC Presidential Campaign Council, with all the things he said about the Igbos. And he doubled down, even when he was called out by some other people, he doubled down, saying that this is the last warning for the Igbos, that they should not try it in 2027. He was not called out. He was speaking on behalf of the party, and the party did nothing about it. Could APC have kept quiet if Fani-Kayode had said something like that about the Fulani? We know the problem that Fulanis are having in Nigeria with several communities around the country. Yet, Buhari administration is make sure that we don't talk about it from the perspective of this Fulani issue that we are having in the area of banditry and insecurity. We are told to remove the Fulani from it, that these are just bandits. They feel uncomfortable linking Fulani with banditry. I can tell you for free, if it were that Fani-Kayode was in Lagos and was saying all those things he was saying about Igbos, about Fulanis, the presidency would have issued a statement several weeks ago. They would have called him to order. But perhaps APC is part of what Obasanjo called the Igbophobia in Nigeria. You know, Obasanjo made a reference to that kind of description of the Igbos, or portrayal of the Igbos in terms of fear, Igbophobia, fear of the Igbos. Obasanjo made reference of the fact that when he appointed an Igbo, Professor Soludo as Central Bank Governor, and Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as Minister of Finance, they say that he has destroyed Nigeria's economy because he appointed Igbos to handle the two positions. But Obasanjo, of course, said that he didn't understand why there was that Igbophobia, and he admitted that that was one of the best appointments he made as a president. So perhaps there's so much Igbophobia in the APC. Of course, Igbos are the most marginalized of all the stakeholders in the APC since Buhari came to power, or since the APC came to power in 2015. So it's not surprising that APC spokespersons, Fani-Kayode, Bayo Onanuga, MC Oluomo, and all the rest of them, they were using ethnic slurs against the Igbos. They were threatening them. They were brutalizing them. They were burning their markets and everything else. And federal government kept quiet. Look at the spare part market that was born in Lagos. If that market was owned by the Fulani, I can tell you for free that federal government would have moved down there and give them a grant to rebuild it. But now nobody talks about it. Because APC obviously is in bed with Femi Fani-Kayode, and they love the kind of threats he was making against the Igbos in Lagos. Because if not for that, they would have called him out. And like I said, if Fani-Kayode, MC Oluomo, or Onanuga has said that about the Fulani, the presidency would have descended on them. But the presidency kept quiet, as if they don't know what they are doing, or as if they're not aware of what was going on. But now the British Deputy Envoy has exposed them for what they are and reminded them that you want Lagos to be a cosmopolitan city. You want Lagos to compete with the rest of other cities around the world. Is that how you do it? How can you be this myopic? You want Lagos to be a mega city, yet you cannot allow Lagos to have diversity. And you can see how the deputy envoy reminded them of the diversity of city of London and the major cities around the world, and asked them, how do you intend to survive if you cannot build a city based on diversity? Let us wait in the next few days whether what the British envoy said will make APC to come to their senses. Of course, already Fani-Kayode is doubling down, saying the deputy envoy has no right to interfere in affairs of Nigeria. Really? You are threatening a people, which is how it started the Rwanda genocide. It is from such statements that the Rwanda genocide of 1994 started. Statements like that by political leaders, especially the Hutus, the Hutu leaders. They were saying it. They were saying it on their radio stations, on their TV stations. Eventually, they have to carry it out. We could all see how MCO Lomo, all the things, the threat they gave, they carried it out. They executed it. Without government interference, without the security agencies arresting anybody. So I think it's a good thing that the British government has called the APC out for their disgraceful behavior in not calling Femi Fani-Kayode to order for using ethnic slurs against the Igbos, who constitute a significant portion of their APC membership. And I don't know how a party will treat a section of its members with such disdain. Because when you are talking about the APC Igbos in Lagos, you're also talking about all the Igbos, including those who support the APC. You are calling them names. You didn't segregate them. You didn't say the Igbos who are APC supporters should be, and the Igbos who are Labour Party supporters, PDP supporters, and all that. You did generalization of all the Igbos. You talk down on them, saying they should not interfere in Lagos, that they have no business to interfere in Lagos. Yet, like the envoy pointed out, they pay tax in Lagos, they pay levies in Lagos, they contribute to the economy of Lagos, they help in building Lagos, they help in creating jobs and what have you. They pay taxes and all that. Yet, they don't have a right to vote. And if you go and look at the history of voting, you will hear that there is no taxation without voting, because voting and taxation goes hand in hand. Nobody should be taxed without having a right to vote. But in Lagos, they want the Igbos to be taxed without the right to vote. That is too bad. That is not democracy. That is dictatorship. And it's condemnable. And it's good enough that the British government has condemned that action. And they are taking measures to deal with those who were principal actors in it. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you and yours.